And thanks for joining us on the newsroom. I'm Tamilore Akinkwoliye, and these are the headlines we're following at the moment. The federal government has postponed the launch of the Nigerian Student Loan Scheme indefinitely. The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Akintunde Soya, made this known in an interview on Tuesday. The loan, which was originally scheduled to commence on Thursday, has been postponed once more. Soya explained that the delay is due to some corrections being made regarding the launch. And Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrasaq of Kwara and Ahmed Usman Ododo of Kogi have urged the federal government to intervene and expedite the dualization project of the Ilorin to Lokoja Federal Road. They expressed their concerns during a meeting with Minister of Works David Umahi in his Abuja office on Monday. Responding to the governor's request, Umahi gave the assurance that the federal government is committed to addressing the accumulated road infrastructural need of the country, including the dualization of the Ilorin-Lokoja Federal Highway. Speaking further, Umahi assured them that upon receiving the president's approval, the ministry would examine potential funding mechanisms to commence the project, highlighting that it had not been accounted for in the current budget. And the suspended Dean of the Faculty of Law, University of Calabar, Professor Cyril Indefon, has asked the appeal court to discharge him and Barrister Sonny Ayanwu from the sexual harassment and cybercrime charges filed against them by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. Indefon's lawyer is appealing the ruling of Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, who overruled his no-case submission against the ICPC's allegation that he solicited indecent photographs from a diploma student seeking admission contrary to the Cybercrime Act. And Director General of the World Trade Organization WTO Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has said that Nigeria has lost out in agricultural export markets and has become a net importer of food. Speaking during the inauguration of the $1.2 million program to improve the export standard of Nigeria's sesame and cowpea product, the ex-Minister of Finance said that although Nigeria's agricultural sector has the capacity to significantly boost export diversification and create jobs, many of these opportunities are still untapped due to existing obstacles. And on business for February, Nigeria's crude oil production dropped to 1.32 million barrels per day from 1.42 million barrels oil daily production, a drop of 104,000 barrels per day. This is according to OPEC's monthly oil market report. The figure for the month was based on direct communication from Nigeria to OPEC's authorities. However, based on secondary sources, Nigeria recorded a daily crude oil production of 1.4 million barrels for February. This represents an increase of 47,000 barrels of oil per day. And on the global scene, a wave of drone strikes targeted Russia's oil refineries and border regions for the second day in a row on Wednesday, with one sparking a fire and injuring several people in the Ryazan region, officials said. Dozens of drones were launched overnight, with the vast majority shot down, causing some damages but no victims over the Ukrainian border, according to regional governors. One sparked the fire and wounded several people when it crashed into an oil refinery in Ryazan region that has like 200 kilometers southeast to Moscow. And finally, on sport, Nigeria will go head-to-head against 18th-ranked Uganda in the third-place match of the women's cricket event at the ongoing African Games in Ghana, as the event debut reaches an exciting climax at the Achimota Cricket Oval in Accra on Wednesday. The female Yellow-Greens lost by 5 wickets against Zimbabwe in the semi-finals, while Uganda lost by 50 runs against South Africa to set up their clash and leave the first two teams on the continent to also slug it out for silver and gold. Nigeria and Uganda met recently at the T20 World Cup qualifiers last December, with the Victoria Pearls winning by 6 wickets. And that ends the bulletin on News Now. Join us at the top of the hour for more stories.